Good morning, everyone. Virgo here. It is July 1st, 2019, and this is a consumer awareness video that I'm making. I want to talk to you today about the app that you guys can download on your phones or tablets called Earnin. As you can see here, this is the one of the advertisements for Earnin, and it claims magic almost, and then it tells you the 5 steps that it takes in order for you to borrow from your current paycheck that hasn't been paid out to you yet in order to get a cash advance on that paycheck. Now, for a lot of people, this can be extremely tempting, especially as difficult as things are currently for many, many people that are living paycheck to paycheck. And the reason this is so important is because I have already been watching many, many people fall prey to this and have massive amounts of problems. This app, if you go onto Google Play Store, for example, and you take a look at the reviews, there are so many negative reviews. It is just almost scary. I realize this won't apply to everyone, but because it is such a tempting payday loan type of scenario, I feel it's important to let you guys be aware that the state of New York has actually opened an investigation into the Earnin app. There's talk on this, there's talk about this in AmericanBanker.com, and I'm going to link that to the description of this video for you guys to take a look at. But I want to read just a few parts of this article to you to kind of update you on what you need to be watching for here. As early wage access programs such as Even, PayActive, FlexWage, Zayzoon, and Daily Pay gain traction, some other apps are copying their style while using a more traditional payday loan model, sparking attention from law enforcement agencies in the process. That's what happened to Earnin, which is often referred to and bills itself as an early wage access provider, which gives employees access to their paychecks before they are deposited. The New York State Department of Financial Services launched an investigation of the firm over concerns it may be skirting state lending laws by, among other things, requiring tips from users in lieu of disclosing fees. Though Earnin looks and sounds like an early wage access provider, its business model is different, and most of the other early wage access providers don't do the things that Earnin is accused of doing. Neither the company nor the New York DFS wanted to comment for this particular story, but the investigation is open. Earnin is not the same or in the same category as PayActive, Daily Pay, and FlexWage, says Lauren Saunders, Associate Director of the National Consumer Law Center. True early wage access providers are companies that have agreements with the employer and are integrated with payroll and are not making loans and seeking repayment from the customer. Earnin seems to be trying to look like they're giving you your pay, but they have no relationship with the employer, and in my mind, that is the same as a payday loan. The situation raises questions, however, about whether consumers can tell the difference and what kind of regulations govern apps such as this. Earnin's alleged infractions. According to Earnin's app, it charges neither fees nor interest. Quote, no one should ever have to get a payday loan, advance, cash loan, cash advance, or a paycheck advance to access money that already belongs to them. End quote. The firm behind the app says this on its website. Earnin is creating a new way to get your paycheck with no fees, no interest, and no hidden costs. So, how do we keep things running? Our users support the community by tipping what we think is fair, or what they think is fair, and paying it forward to other people. But users don't leave a tip appear to have their credit restricted, and some of the suggested tips equate to 730% APR, nearly 30 times higher than New York's 25% cap. According to the New York Post, which broke the story, Linda Lacewell, acting superintendent of the NYDFS, subpoenaed Earnin last week for the names of its New York customers and the size and number of their transactions. It also ordered the company to convert the tip amounts it has requested for advances to annual percentage rates. In Saunders' view, the most damaging thing about Earnin is its claim to have no loan, no fees, and no hidden cost. That seems deceptive. The enforced tipping also appears to be a questionable practice. A loan is a loan, said Aaron Klein, a fellow at Brookings Institute. You can't disguise an interest payment origination fee as tip. It gets around usury caps. Tips are generally viewed as optional, he said. If I order food at a restaurant and I don't like the service and I don't leave a tip, that doesn't mean I didn't get the food. If you condition access to the product on the basis of something that's supposed to be voluntary, it ceases to be voluntary any longer. State regulators need to aggressively police products to make sure they are compliant. Some financial products, such as Aspiration Bank Account, legitimately operate on a pay-what-you-want basis, he noted. All right, so here are some of the things in terms of reviews that the Earnin app is getting. Many people are complaining that if, for example, they suggest that you give them a tip of $26 for a $100 loan, that you don't have to do that and it won't affect any future pulls of funds in advance. But that isn't true, according to the reviews. The reviews are stating the exact opposite. Nearly 90% of what I looked at last night in reviews showed that those that did not reach or come very close to the suggested amount that was told to them would be a good amount to pay as a tip for their advance, those that did not pay that amount or close to that amount actually were never able to get another cash advance from them again. There are many other things that they're complaining about. For example, in many scenarios, the Earnin app has apparently pulled out funds before their paycheck was deposited into their account. They arbitrarily one day will get an email that says, we know your payday was for Friday, but we're actually going to pull midnight on Thursday. And many people's checks don't actually go into their account until between 3 and 6 a.m. on Friday. As a result, they're getting non-sufficient funds charges like crazy. The app, of course, is not one that's willing to comment on paying for those non-sufficient funds charges. So many people just get stuck with them. If you go onto the Google Play Store and you actually take a look at the comments and reviews that are on this app, you will find that more and more, especially since the beginning of June, are negative one-star comments. The reviews are stating things like money being pulled before it was supposed to, more money being pulled than what was supposed to be pulled, and never being able to get funds again because they didn't make the appropriate tip amount when the funds were pulled. I just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of this because this is a very popular app. As a matter of fact, it was one of the number ones on the list in June. It's a scary scenario when you start thinking about the fact that these people were able to circumvent the regulations placed on payday loan providers as far as percentage rates were concerned for predatory lending by just simply stating you need to give us a tip and then demanding that if they don't give that tip or if that person isn't able to give that tip, then they never can use the app again, even though the claim is that won't affect anything. So this is just a consumer update. I just want to make sure everybody is aware. Oh, there is one other thing that is a concern here. Many of the negative reviews that were on there were making statements such as, you are required to leave your notifications and your location on your phone 24 hours a day so that they can track the fact that you are actually at the address that you claim is your workplace. But then never actually adding in your work hours as they're supposed to. So when you need to take an advance between $100 and $500, they offer you $16 or something of this sort, $36, claiming that you haven't put all of your hours in. They're tracking every move that you make, yet they make a assumption that you're not where you claim to be. This app isn't something that can be provided to people who drive for a living, for example. So if you're somebody who has a job working at a news network and you are required to drive constantly in order to get to your outside news, where you would be taking, getting information from outside news or traffic or whatever, this app is not going to help you at all. They track your movements 24/7. In addition to that, they require that you log into your bank with your password and your user ID that they are able to actually see when you log in. Now, they claim they don't keep this information, but yet this is how they're pulling their payments back. And as I said, many people have made claims that there's more coming out of their bank account than is supposed to be and on the wrong dates, resulting in a big mess as far as non-sufficient funds charges. This app is scary, and the fact that the New York State investigators are looking into it makes it even scarier. All right, you guys, thanks so much. I hope this helps, and please share this one on your social media. This one is a lot more tempting than the other advanced payday loan apps because people honestly believe that there are no fees associated with it, and they believe they can get $100 to $500 from their paycheck as often as they wish. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.